Mama Bear here this morning at the homestead. I'm doing some canning today, and squash is the first on my agenda, so I've got it in my vinegar water, and I'm about to clean it. That vinegar will help get any of the extra dirt or bacteria or things we don't see on it. I'll get these cleaned and put on my towel over here, and then I'll get them sliced up to get them ready to put in the jars, and I'll video it as I go, showing you how I can my squash. Okay, I got the squash washed up, and I'm about to start slicing it and packing my sterilized jars. Alright, I was just going to show you here, I cut both ends off, the top and the bottom of the squash after I cleaned them, and I've got them sliced up here. Okay, I got my 7 sterilized quart jars here filled with the squash. I've got a few left here in the corner. I'll have on a salad or just eat them. And I'll fix up my brine and add to that. Alrighty, I had 7 quarts here. I had a few left over here, but my hot water bath will only hold 7, so I put a teaspoon of salt in this. If you was doing a half a pint, you'd do a half a teaspoon of salt. I've got my large wide mouth there because it's easier to pack the squash in, and I used the wide mouth lids and bands that you'll see there on the left. And the salt I put in it was the Morton Cannon pickling salt. And I got my vinegar in a bowl here to wipe the rims off after I put the liquid in. My brine, which is almost done coming to a boil. And I've got my lifters there to get my hot jars out. And my little magnetic thing there to take my little hot lids out. And yeah, I do warm the lids up. You don't have to anymore. I just always did with Mom, and I guess it's just a habit, and I do it. I've got my little paper towel here and my little vinegar that'll wipe off the rims. When I'm done, make sure nothing's on the rims so that they seal properly. And I don't have a debubbling tool, but I will get one. But for right now, you see that plastic knife there? That works just fine. And that little bowl there was my little teaspoon thing that I'd put my salt in. Anyhow, as soon as that brine's done, I'm fixing to put it over it, wipe the lids down. Well, and debubble it. Don't forget that. That is an important step, and then hot water bath it. Alrighty, there's my little measuring cup that I used to pour the brine over this. After the brine comes to a boil, I've got my lids there, and they're warm. Like I said, they don't require you to do that anymore, but I still do. I've left an inch head space, and I'm about to debubble them, which will just consist of, you're wanting to put your, I don't have a debubbling tool, but you can just use this. Kind of hard to video myself and do it, but you're going to stick it down in the sides and debubble it and get them bubbles out. And I'll do that. Okay, I got it debubbled by sticking my knife down in the sides, and like I said, you'll have bubbles come up, and if you see you need any more liquid after you've done that, if it makes the liquid go down some, like this one here could use a little bit more. You want it to come right up to this, right in here. That gives you your inch head space. So I'm fixing to do that. I'm taking this alcohol and paper towel, and I'm going to wipe the rims off. Okay, I made sure that after I debubbled them that I put enough brine in there to bring it up to an inch head space. And I got my lids and bands out and got them on there. Used my little tool there, magnetic tool, to get it up so I didn't burn myself. Fixing to put them in the hot water bath, and we'll bring it up to a boil, and we'll boil it for 15 minutes for quarts. If you're doing pints, you would do them for 10 minutes. Okay, I've got them down in my hot water bath, and I've got the water over it an inch, and I'm going to bring it to a boil and covered and boil it for 15 minutes. Hot water bath it for 15 minutes. It'll process. And I put vinegar in that water. You can put a few tablespoons or a cup in your water for your hot water bath. It keeps that water lime down off of your jars and lids, keeps them and your hot water bath clean. Okay, I've let them process for 15 minutes in the hot water bath canner for quarts here. And now I'm going to let them sit here uncovered for 5 minutes, just kind of let things settle a little, and then I'll get my jars out, and I have 7 quarts of canned Our Garden fresh squash. When I open them up this fall or this winter to cook them up, I'll do a video of cooking them and how that goes. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, we're trying to grow our YouTube channel, our numbers. If you subscribe to our channel, it's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. It support our channel and help us out a lot. And if you like and sharing it helps it enormously too, even if you don't subscribe. If you share, like our videos, or comment on them, we'd appreciate it. And we hope y'all have a very blessed day. Okay, I processed these for 15 minutes. I let them sit in there with the lid off for 5 minutes. And whenever I decide to cook these, I will show you how to cook them. This is the first time for me canning these. Usually you don't can squash because they don't have enough acidity, but this is not probably an approved canning recipe. This is something that I saw on YouTube, something that someone had done for years. Matter of fact, I've seen several people do it, so I'm going to try it. And that's why you do put the vinegar in it, to have enough acidity to be able to process them and keep them. So whenever, the way she cooked them is she drained and rinsed off all that vinegar so that they don't taste like that, and just, she patted them a little bit with a paper towel and then just rolled them in her flour, or put them in a bowl actually and put the flour in it, mixed it around, shook it around, and fried them just like you normally would fry squash, and they looked really good. So we're going to try them and we're going to let you know how they are.